I should have never answered his text. It had been almost a year since Ethan and I broke up. We ended badly, too many fights, too many secrets. So when his name popped up on my phone out of nowhere, my first instinct was to ignore it. But the message was strange. I need to see you. It's important. A part of me wanted to tell him to screw off, but curiosity won. What could be so important after all this time? We met at a coffee shop downtown. I almost didn't recognize him at first. His once warm brown eyes were now an eerie shade of silver. His skin, once sun-kissed, looked pale, almost too pale. And when he smiled, I could swear I saw his canines gleam just a little too much. You look different, I said cautiously. Ethan chuckled, but there was no warmth in it. Yeah, life has been interesting since we last talked. He didn't touch his coffee. He barely blinked. And when the waiter passed by, Ethan flinched, like the scent of something was too much for him. Then he leaned in. Listen, I don't have much time. I need to warn you. I frowned. Warn me? About what? He looked around like someone was watching. I didn't just disappear after we broke up. Something, found me. I made a mistake, and now he hesitated, swallowing hard. And that's when I saw it. His fingers, gripping the edge of the table, looked wrong. His nails were sharper, his veins darker. A chill ran down my spine. Ethan, what the hell happened to you? He exhaled shakily. I died, but I didn't stay dead. I laughed, but it was nervous, forced. That's not funny. He shook his head. I'm not joking. I don't breathe anymore. I don't sleep. And the worst part, I'm not alone. The lights above us flickered. The cafe suddenly felt colder. They know I came here, he whispered. I shouldn't have. The doorbell jingled. 2 figures entered, both tall, dressed in black, their eyes as silver as Ethan's. They're here, Ethan muttered. Before I could react, he grabbed my wrist and pulled me toward the back exit. What are you doing? I protested. Saving your life, he hissed. They don't want me talking to you. They think I'm too attached to my old life. We ran into the alley. The streetlights flickered again. Then, suddenly, they were just there asterisk, the 2 figures from the cafe, standing impossibly still at the alley's entrance. Ethan pushed me behind him. I told you, I just needed to say goodbye. He snapped at them. One of them, a woman with inhumanly sharp cheekbones, smiled faintly. That's not how this works. And then, Ethan changed. His fangs fully extended. His pupils shrank into slits. His hands curled into claws. Run, he said, his voice distorted. And I did. I don't know what happened in that alley. All I remember is hearing snarls, the sound of flesh tearing, and then, silence. Ethan saved me that night. But I know it wasn't over. Because now, every time I pass a dark alley, every time I hear my name whispered in the wind, I feel his eyes watching me. Waiting.